After a breakup, it feels like you've lost the one person who you thought you'd be with forever. And outside of a few very specific situations, the truth is that your ex feels the same way that you do. In fact, if you want your ex back, you need to make sure that they feel the same way as often and as strongly as possible. Basically, you need them to fear that they've lost you forever. But how can you make your ex worry about losing you when they've already dumped you? Doesn't that mean that they're okay with losing you? Human psychology is complicated. On some level, they've already decided to separate themselves from you and try to move on with their lives. Obviously. But on another level, especially if your relationship was a significant one or if your breakup was messy, they still hold a lot of love for you. And that part of them doesn't want to lose you. If you've ever broken up with someone, I'm sure you can relate. If you want a second chance, then you need to focus on that part of them. Follow these steps to make your ex worry about losing you. The first step is to disappear from their life. You can't miss someone who is still there. Your ex isn't going to be afraid to lose you if you don't get some distance from them. Serious distance. Many people react to being dumped by telling their ex what a big mistake they've made, how they're going to regret this, and how they've just lost out on their one chance with happiness. While I understand this impulse, it is not going to have the result that you want. If you keep showing up to yell at your ex for their mistake, their main takeaway is going to be that you still care and that you're not over them, which will show that they could still have you back if they wanted, and because of this, they're not going to miss you. This is where actions speak louder than words. You need to separate completely as soon as possible following the breakup. Now trust me, I know how difficult this can be, but there's just no way around it. It's essential if you want another chance with your ex. This clean break accomplishes several things. The first is that it shows them that you have self-respect and you don't want to be around people who don't value you. It also shows them that you respect their desire to break up and you won't try to manipulate them into feeling sorry for you. It gives both of you a chance to process the breakup, which will prevent more fighting, and most importantly, it just makes them miss you. So do whatever you have to do. Cut off all contact and give them space right now. If you've watched any of my other videos, you already know that this process is part of what's called the no contact method. Now, I've been advocating for this method because it's the only method that really works to get your ex back. Now, here's no contact in a nutshell. Cut all contact with your ex for a period of time following a breakup. So that means no phone calls, no emails, no text messages, and no in-person hangouts. Don't be rude to your ex, but don't engage with them either. Spend time apart focusing on yourself and improving your own life. Now, there's a lot more to it than just that, but those are pretty much the basics. Should I make a full video on no contact? Let me know in the comments. The second thing is to treat them differently. Now, some people continue to talk to their exes in the same way they did when they were together. Now, not only is this confusing for both you and your ex, it's definitely going to hurt your chances of getting back together with them. If you treat your ex the way you did while you were dating, being cute and overly kind towards them, being familiar and touchy, or even just acting like the breakup didn't happen, this is going to set off alarm bells in your ex's mind. They may think that you aren't acknowledging the breakup and that you won't accept it. They may think that this is your way of trying to get them back. Either way, this will show them that you're not in touch with reality, and having a normal conversation with you is going to be a problem. On some level, you're giving them what they want when you treat them like this. Even as it drives them away from you, it boosts their ego because it shows them that you're interested in them despite the fact that they wanted to end things with you. It makes them feel like they're valuable and you're not. Now, I know this sounds callous, but it's all a subconscious process that your ex isn't even aware of. On the other hand, if you treat them differently, this will really help your chances. Now, what I'm talking about is that you have to be a bit distant with your ex at first. Show them that you don't have any ill will towards them, but that you're also not their buddy or their shoulder to cry on. This is going to hurt your ex because they'll immediately see that the things are different between the two of you and they'll feel like you're further away from them more than ever. So don't be afraid to leave them on red for a little while. Be less friendly towards them and just Keep your distance. Often exes will see you treating them this way and they'll come running back to you so you can reconnect and just get things back to normal. Now, I will say that this tactic should be reserved for early on in the reattraction process and during unavoidable contact while the two of you aren't speaking. Things will naturally start to warm up as you two flirt and joke, but never make the mistake of treating them like you're still together. The third is to make them jealous. Now, jealousy is essentially the fear that the person you care about will find a better option and leave you in the dust. So if you can make your ex jealous, and then you can make them worry about losing you. Now, this does require a light touch. If your ex can tell that you're trying to make them jealous, then they'll just feel manipulated, and they'll be able to tell that you still care, which is going to hurt the illusion that you're actually moving on. So how can you make your ex jealous without revealing your intentions? Now, you're not going to want to hear this, but the best way is to date someone else. I know this may be the last thing you want to do right now, but it is a foolproof way to make your ex jealous and worry about losing you forever. I encourage you to download a dating app or two and set up a couple dates. Or better yet, have a friend set you up with someone. The goal here is to have the news that you're dating get back to your ex, so if you can ask a mutual friend, that's even better. Just remember that you're doing this to get your ex back, so don't feel guilty. This is all for a good cause in the end. Not only will this make them jealous, but it will also give you a confidence boost that will be extremely valuable when the time to connect does come. If you can't manage this right now, then there's another way to make your ex feel jealous. You need to start spending time in social situations with new and attractive people. So get out there in the world and go to parties and events. Try new things and connect with new people. While you're doing this, cultivate a positive and friendly energy. And if it feels right, take some pictures with attractive members of the opposite sex and post them on social media. It only takes a couple pictures like this, posted without comment or explanation, to make your ex's mind run wild with jealousy. Social media is actually a great way to make your ex jealous without revealing your intentions, because it's a way of communicating with them indirectly. Use this to your advantage by posting positive and fun things that are going to make them miss having you in their life. And above all, avoid posting depressing things and especially cryptic song lyrics about your loneliness. It's just not a good look. The fourth is to make changes and improve your life. So if you want your ex to worry about losing you, you have to take strides to separate yourself from them. Now, this can include going no contact, moving on with your life, or simply improving yourself. You see, the more you change for the better after a breakup, the more they'll start to look at you differently. Now, this is going to show them that you weren't the person that they thought they knew. You have potential that they never even realized. And more than that, they'll see that you're growing despite their absence. When you see someone has changed in your absence, you can't help but feel like you've missed something, and they're moving away from you, and you're going to lose them forever. If you can make your ex feel this way, you've got one step closer to winning them back. Now, this change can be something as small as getting a haircut or as big as joining the army. The important thing is that you're growing and improving your life in a way that actually benefits you and matches up with your vision of the future. There's no way to fake this step, though. So don't go out and buy a new car if you can't afford one just to impress your ex. Look at the parts of your life that are lacking and use this breakup as motivation to improve them. Now, don't brag about these things to your ex even after you've made it through the no contact period. Let them come up naturally, or better yet, have them hear about it through your mutual friends. Now again, actions speak louder than words here. So even if they never know exactly what is different about you, they're going to be able to tell that you've changed through subconscious cues, like your happiness and your newfound confidence. And if you're wondering how your ex feels about you right now, head over to xbackquiz.com and learn the truth. Now that just about does it for this video. If you have any specific questions about this process, please leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as humanly possible. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.